On Friday, Jesus died on a cross and was buried in a tomb shut with a heavy stone. But Sunday morning, that tomb was open. What happened?
Hi, kiddo. I'm Grandma Goody, and I'm here to tell you a very special Bible story. On the third day after Jesus had died on the cross, there was a small group of women who loved Jesus who were up very, very early this Sunday morning. It was so early that it was still dark outside. And these women, they were so sad because on that Friday, they had seen Jesus nailed to a cross and they had watched him die. And they had seen when Joseph and Nicodemus had taken down his broken dead body and carried it to a little tomb carved out of the side of the rock hillside where he had been crucified. And these women had followed along and watched to see these men wrap Jesus's body in a cloth, and they carried him into that little closet-like room cut out of the rock, and there was a bed made out of stone, and they had laid Jesus's dead body right there on that stone bench. And these women had gone away sobbing and weeping, but they decided that they were going to get up early and they were going to find some way to get past that big old stone that had been rolled in front of the tomb's doorway. And they was going to give Jesus a proper burial. And they snuck out in the dark of the morning. These women were determined to honor Jesus whom they loved. And when they got there, something had happened. That big old stone had been rolled away and the door to that tomb was open. The sun was just peeking up over the horizon and they could see enough to see that the wrappings of the cloth that Jesus had been wrapped in was still a-laying there. But it was empty. Jesus's body had disappeared. Suddenly, the whole little stone room was illuminated. The bright light shined from these two beings who looked like men had appeared right there with them. And they were shining in dazzling clothes. And they said, "Why are you looking for the living among the dead? Jesus is not here. He has risen from the dead." Don't you remember when you were up in Galilee how Jesus had told you he would die and be buried, and on the third day he would rise from the dead? They remembered that and they believed. Well, he died on Friday. That was the first day. And then he was dead on Saturday. That was the second day. And this is Sunday morning, and it's the third day. And just like Jesus promised, he is not here. He is risen. Jesus rose up from the dead to be alive again, alive forevermore. And on this special day, I like to say, Jesus Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. Now, kiddo, you remember, Grandma Goody loves you, but God loves you more.